I have this Dollar Tree 11 by 14 canvas board, and I'm painting it in Wiseau white primer and allowing it to dry. I'm going to start by using this circle made out of wood, and I cut out two petals with paper, a smaller and a larger. I trace my large circle, and I'm doing these petals randomly around this circle, starting with the smaller ones and then migrating to the larger. I know this is hard to see, so I'm going to take a cardboard and a permanent marker and show you what I just did. You can find this on a PDF for yourself. I have a larger petal and a smaller petal, and I'm going to make a line cutting off the point on the end. I'm going to make my large circle with permanent marker, and I'm going to use the lines on the petal, starting with the smaller one, and I'm creating these petals randomly around my circle. I have no pattern in mind, and I'm just going to randomly put as many as I like. I think here I did 6 or 7. And then I'm going in with the larger petal, and I'm just filling in the gaps with the larger petal. Again, you can find these on a PDF at chalkitupfancy.com. I will put a link in the comments. You don't want to use permanent marker on your canvas. This is just so you guys can see what I just did. I'm going to take my atomic blue and paint on the outside of all these petals. Basically the rest of the board outside of the petals. I'm using an art brush. An angled one would be helpful. I'm going to go in with goldenrod and chocolate. I'm going to make a mixture. I'm going to fill in all the petals. If you use a chalk pencil like I did, you may lose your lines. Don't panic. If you want, once this is dry, you can take your petals and reestablish lines if it makes you feel comfortable. I could still faintly see mine, but that's just an option if you're not comfortable not seeing them at all. It's more on that edge where there really is not much definition in the petals. At this point, I went in with chocolate. I'm not allowing my paint to dry, and I'm redefining my petals. Guys, we're not looking for perfect here. It's going to come out great no matter what you do. Just follow the steps and you should have a pretty good outcome. And then I'm going to just define my blue. I'm going in with the chocolate in the center of my flower. And then I'm going to take some goldenrod and I'm going to make these stripes. They're going to start in the center and then I'm going to migrate them out. The goal is you don't want your stripes to go all the way down to the chocolate center. So I'm going to demonstrate with this permanent marker. You're going to go almost 3/4 of the way down with your stripes. And this is in goldenrod. Now I'm going to take goldenrod and white and copy the same concept, but I'm not going to go all the way to the end of the goldenrod lines. I'm going to just stop just a smidge before those lines. Now I'm going to take my goldenrod and I'm going to make these dots all the way around the exterior of my chocolate. And then I'm going to go in with goldenrod and the white. And then the center is going to be chocolate and white. So let's talk about that a little bit. You're going to take your dots. Your first set of dots is going to be goldenrod. So you want your dots to start dark and then you're going to go to goldenrod and white. And you're just making a ring around in these two colors. And then your center ring is going to be chocolate and white mixture. So you just want it to be a little bit less brown than your original chocolate. Don't overthink these colors. So now we're going to take some white, and I'm just going midway down my petals, and I'm making just these little white lines. And this is going to start making the flower look like it's curling. I'm going to be taking this Lemon Zeal by Deco Art, and I'm going to be kind of in the same area as the white, maybe, but I'm going to go a little bit higher towards the point. I'm going to go to the point to the white lines, through the white lines, and then I'm going to do the Lemon Zeal around that outer ring of my flower. I'm going to take some watered down chocolate, and I'm going to use my finger, and I'm just rubbing it around the exterior of the center of my flower. And there you go. Now you have this beautiful sunflower that you created yourself. I really hope you enjoyed this video. For other tutorials, go check us out on YouTube. You can now watch all our videos at chalkitupfancy.com. For any paint products, tissue paper transfer, or mesh stencils, chalkitupfancy.com.